This is from around 1804. So what I want to share with you is something specific about the Abington monthly meeting that I learned in the course of my research about Benjamin Lay. So I'm going to quote from something called the Abington Monthly Meeting Book, containing a chronology of the most material occurrences and transactions that have been acted and done in the said meeting since the first settlement thereof. Right? This is your history. And on the date of January 30th, 1738, the scribe for the Abington monthly meeting wrote down these words. I quote, "It is ordered that Benjamin Lay be kept out of our meetings for business, he being no member, but is a frequent disturber thereof." Now, this is very interesting in many ways, okay? Let's just pause for a minute and unpack this. The first thing to be said is that Benjamin had already gotten in trouble with the Philadelphia monthly meeting 3 years earlier, and the Abington meeting was still letting him participate in the business meetings, even though they knew he was not really a member. And even when they said that he couldn't come to the business meetings anymore, he continued to come to all the worship meetings. He was a very important member of this congregation. But here's the other thing. Now, the scribe does not say exactly how Benjamin disturbed those meetings, but I have a pretty good idea. Because another story has come down to us from another radical Quaker named Isaac Hopper, who told a story in the 19th century to the great abolitionist Lydia Maria Child. And it was basically how Benjamin used to behave in business meetings. And of course, you know, important matters of policy are being decided. And so whenever a weighty Quaker would stand up to say something in the business meeting, Benjamin would jump to his feet and say, "That's a Negro master." You know what he meant? Don't listen to a word they say. Don't listen to a word they say. That person is evil. Now, my guess is, I can't prove it, my guess is that that decision to remove Benjamin from the business meeting was engineered by the slave-owning Quakers of the Abington monthly meeting. I would be willing to argue that. But there's another thing that appears in the Abington monthly meeting minutes. Benjamin was actually much beloved in this congregation. He had very strong ties to two of the most eminent families, the Phipps family and especially the Morris family, who in the middle of the 18th century might have been the leading family in this congregation. He was very close to all the children of the Morris family. The link between Susanna Morris, who was a very powerful female minister, and Sarah Lay was the reason the Lays came to Philadelphia and then to Abington. Right? Benjamin was by no means a real outcast. And here's the last thing I want you to remember. Throughout these minutes of the Abington monthly meeting, during many, many years when Benjamin is a participant in this congregation, they write the same phrase over and over and over again. Love and unity is maintained among us. So let's remember and do justice to Benjamin Lay. Thank you very much.